Hey there, it's Mark from Men Who Bullet. Thanks for checking out today's video where we're going to do just a fun unboxing of some recent notebooks that I got from Archer and Olive. These are not necessarily new notebooks to Archer and Olive. Some of them I've had my eye on for a while and I didn't really need them, but as I've been going through more bullet journals and notebooks, I wanted to restock a little bit. And some of these things that I got inside of here are very special because I feel like they sell out so quickly. So with that last restock they had, I had to grab a handful of these. Now, while I am a part of the design team and I do get early releases of some of the notebooks, I don't always get all of them at the same time just because I don't need that many notebooks at once. But since I've been going through some of them, I've had my eye out for a handful of these. So I'm excited to go through them. I also am an affiliate with Archer and Olive. And if you see anything you like here or any of the notebooks or acrylograph pens or stationery from them, don't forget I do have a discount code that you can use, which is menwhobullet10, and that'll get you 10% off your order at archerandolive.com. So without further ado, let's do some fun unboxing.
All right, so let's go ahead and get ourselves into this awesome box. I think it's a pretty good stash. I got myself 4 new notebooks. So let's go ahead and pop them open and share them along with you. One of the reasons I love being on the design team, of course, is the ability to check out a lot of these notebooks, but I just love Archer and Olive as a whole and just everything that they do. So let me go ahead and show you some of the notebooks. These are ones that I didn't get my hands on with some of the other releases that went on. Like I said, even though I get some early releases of these, I don't always ask for all of them because I don't want to be a greedy goat. But as I've been using more notebooks for different things, whether it's my full-time bullet journal or whether it is just for some sketches or other things like that, I do start to run out. So it's cool that I'm able to get my hands on some of these. So this is the first one that I ordered here. And it's the key. I wanted this one with the original release just because I thought this was just so beautiful. So I got this one here. So this is an A5 notebook. Regular dot grid, but I didn't have this one with the key on it. So I really wanted this one in this color. I might be my next bullet journal. I keep going back and forth on what I'm going to use. There's just so many options after a while, but this one's just really beautiful. So it was cool to have and finally get my hands on this one. This one I already took out because I was so excited to get it. And this is the Rainbow Notepad. So this went so quick after the release that I had to get my hands on it and take a look. So this is one of the standard A5 notepads from Archer and Olive, but it has all of the rainbow colors inside of it. When Archer and Olive released the Amy Tangerine notebook that had a lot of these colors in it, everybody was just going nuts over it. And, I am still weird about ripping pages out of notebooks. But what I love about the desk pads is that it's so easy to do and you can just tear them off. They're perforated here and you can cut them up or put them right inside of your notebook. And there's even some people I saw who kind of disassemble and reassemble the notepads where they'll take all of the colors here and put them all together. I would just be so nervous to do that because I feel like I would mess it up somehow. So what I'll do is go through here, and if I need a piece of the colored paper or whatever it is, I'll just tear it out where it is and go from there. So I was really excited to get this one. Like I said, it went so fast originally, and I needed it. I needed it. All right. So this one here, I feel like most people go crazy for. It's always the one that sells out first. If you can't tell by the size, this is one of the Traveler's notebooks. When I talked about joking about these being Pokemon, this is why. Because this notebook right here is like the rare shiny Pokemon. And it's the Traveler size with the bee icon on the front. This is the one that everybody wants when it comes out. Anytime it's restocked, you cannot get your fingers on it. It's just like impossible. They go so fast. So with that last restock, it was the first thing that I looked at. I didn't care about anything other than getting this one first. So this was the first thing that popped into my cart when I went there. So this is the Traveler size here. totally different dimensions. I've never really used a traveler size before, so it's one of the reasons that I'm so interested in taking a look at this one and potentially using it in the future. I see so many people do such cool things with their traveler's notebooks, and I've always wanted to learn, so I think that it's something that I can do. It's definitely fun for visual note taking, but I definitely want to make sure that I'm using it, so I'll find a good purpose for it in the very near future. But again, this is just one of those like rare Pokemon that you have to grab when you see them, or else you never know when they're going to pop up again. Have I talked about Pokemon enough already today? Okay, and then this one here. So along with bullet journaling, one of the things that I love the most of all of the different art mediums is watercolor. And while the Archer and Olive notebook paper is 160 GSM, it is not actual true watercolor paper. So another restock that was one that I wasn't able to get my hands on before, which is this specific design of the watercolor notebook. I have another one that I've actually been using to try different ideas and things inside of and really incorporate watercolor in. But what is so nice about this notebook is that it is actual true watercolor paper, but dot grid watercolor paper. So it is much thicker. It definitely feels like watercolor paper. It's also in the ring bound here. So as you are drawing, as you are painting, however you're working, you can do that on a flat surface. You don't have to worry about the binding getting in the way. You can tear out your pages if you need to. But for the most part, I just was like, you know what, this is another one that I know I'm going to want. And probably by the time that I'm going to want it, which is going to be very soon, because I've been really trying to spend a lot of time inside of my other watercolor notebook, it won't be there anymore. So I grabbed this one here. So I just love it. It is a wonderful color. I love the design, but also has all of like Bonnie's drawings that she does inside of here, which I'm just such a fan of. So this is just something special to have a little bit of like in advance prepping. I just wanted to make sure that I got this one as soon as my other one is done, and that'll be everything that I have there. So that was my little mini haul that I got here. So we got the watercolor notebook. I've got the B traveler size notebook here. Then I've got the A5 rainbow notepad. And also one of the notebooks that I've been waiting the longest for just to finally get it, which is the double key A5 notebook. So what happens after this, you're wondering, Mark, where do you store these things? Where do you put them? I actually do two things. I'm not going to do it as a part of this video, but I recently fell in love with this label maker. So what I've been doing for most of my notebooks, whenever I get them and I put them away, let me show you an example. Just so I can easily see what's on there, I just write what the notebook is on the outside. So this is the square notebook that has the sun icon on the front of it. You know that I loved my square notebook, and you know that I'm coming back to it eventually. So it's just an easy way for me to see them, whether I'm grabbing it for myself. I do have a few notebooks that I do keep inside of the boxes that I don't use all the time, but this is an example where this is the blackout desk pad that I have. So I have the Neapolitan, I'm running through that one now, but I know that eventually if I need the black paper for it, I can go right to it and find it without the desk pad necessarily having to be out. It's just much easier to stack and store inside of their boxes versus when they're outside of. I also don't want anything to happen to the paper or anything like that. So it's a little bit of a storage need, but it helps a lot, especially when you're looking for those notebooks. So there we have my little Archer and Olive notebook haul. I love going through and unboxing things. It doesn't matter what it is. Anytime I can open a package and just ooh and ah, especially when it's cool designs in notebooks like this, it's just so much fun. So thanks for hanging out with me today. I mentioned it earlier, but I am an affiliate with Archer and Olive. So if you ever want to purchase, whether it's the notebooks we went over today or other items from them, you can use my discount code, which is menwhobullet10, and that'll get you 10% off any of your orders from Archer and Olive. So it's a good little savings there. Before we go, I do want to remind you that I do have a brand new email newsletter that I'm just kicking up. You can go to menwhobullet.com and click on the newsletter link that I have there to sign up for that newsletter. I'm also sending out some new freebies in the very near future. So if you haven't already signed up and checked those out, make sure you do so that you're not waiting to get those. It's a really fun thing that I've been doing, and it's been a different way for me to talk with you as well, in case you're missing things here on YouTube or missing them on Instagram or other places too. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Happy planning.